Hello besties, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to gather y'all here today so we can do a spring chit chat, get ready with me. I could give you life updates and just tell you what's going on for the spring months ahead. Not much has changed, but I'm gonna start putting makeup on and we'll get into everything. As always, I'm gonna link everything down below, so don't worry about it because I know I'm gonna forget to say product names throughout the entire thing. And half of my products, I don't really know what their true name is, so everything will be linked down below. Let's just jump into it. I've been doing this new thing where I've been setting my face with the Lily Lolo setting spray before I do my makeup just to help everything blend in. And we are gonna dive right in to my favorite product lately, which you guys know is the Ilia Skin Tint. I have it in 3 different shades. I have it in a dark shade, which this was like the first color I used to get, and then I got paler so then I got one, but it was too light, and then I got one in the middle that was a little bit too yellow. So I mixed them all together, which I know is kind of crazy, and I get my custom shade for me. So that's what we're gonna do today. I always start with the darkest one and then go from there. But how is everybody doing? I'm doing well. There's been a lot going on. First and foremost, we need to address the sourdough journey that I have been on. It has been so rewarding and fulfilling to have a project that you can like create and work on. It's just been so fun. I've been loving trying new recipes, and there's this one blog that has been working really well for me. I think it's called the Little Spoon blog. Again, link it down below. But all of her recipes have turned out really, really, really nicely. I don't know, Pinterest, you know, there's random recipes and they all tend to work out differently, but I find with Little Spoon they all work out. What I've been doing though is making my sourdough project over the weekend and then baking it on Mondays typically. And I mean, I know you saw in the last vlog all of the sourdough recipes I was testing just to get a good look at some of the basic recipes. Honestly, since I identified with my therapist that I have ADHD, it makes so much sense because I get super hyper fixated on different hobbies and that's all I want to do. And then a couple weeks later, I'm like, I don't want to do that again. I'm over it. So right now my hyperfixation is sourdough, which this one honestly has been a long time in the making because I have had my sourdough starter for 6 months now. I've been keeping it alive, which is a huge accomplishment. Very proud of that, and I am going to keep it alive even when I'm not really that into baking anymore. I kind of go in phases. I'm sure in the summer I'm not going to want to bake as much, but you know, the seasons change, so I will get back into it. But I can already feel my next hyperfixation coming, and that's planners. I love planners lately. I never was into the whole YouTube planner community. I didn't know it existed, and I never really got into the videos, but recently I've been super into customizing planners and making them perfect for me. And I do have a little haul coming from Levenger, and I wanted to make a completely custom planner. Right now I'm using, I think it's a daily plan planner. Some things are really working for me and some things aren't. So I kind of want to change it up, make it perfect, and just have fun with it. It's kind of like a creative outlet, but it also helps you be productive or just stay on task. I have a really hard problem with staying on task. I don't know if you noticed, but my hair is getting frizzy already. It is so hot. Get ready for me to say that in every video. That can segue us into the next topic I wanted to talk to you guys about, which is our house. You know, I was doing a ton of decorating, a ton of like light reno work in the house. We thought we were gonna be here a while, and so I just kind of started nesting here. And over the time that we've been here, it's felt kind of like not our true home. We've enjoyed being here, it's been great, but it's not the one. And with it being so hot in Florida, I can't take it anymore. It is way too hot for me. And with summer coming, I'm honestly kind of dreading it. I don't want to be hot, but it's just like a part of life here. I think it is in my future. No plans have been made yet, but I know I'm not going to be in Florida forever. I know I'm going to be moving. I'm probably going to stay on the southeast, stay in the southeast. That's where my heart lies, but you never know. We'll see where life takes us. Nothing is coming out of this concealer. Oh, there we go. I just kind of have lost my passion for renovating this house and doing stuff to this house because I know we're not going to be here forever. It also feels kind of like disheartening to put my work in something that I know isn't going to last forever, but I know that's like life. And like anytime you're in an apartment, you know you're not going to be there forever, but you still decorate it to make it work for you as best as you can, or as it can, while your time is there. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing with this house. I still want to paint my office, which I haven't done yet. I kind of just stopped here. Whatever you've seen in my background is just where I've stopped with videos for a while, but I know I need to get back into customizing my space so it works for me because it has to work while I'm here, you know? So I've just been kind of dealing with wanting to leave Florida very badly, but knowing it's not my time to leave yet. We still have a couple years before that happens. So I've been honestly kind of struggling with that a little bit, and I know I can take trips, so I already have another trip planned. I don't know. I'm just kind of over the heat. I don't like being inland, I noticed. I feel like in Orlando, you're right smack dab in the middle of Florida. I want to be on a coast or at least near mountains. If I'm inland, I want to be near something beautiful, maybe a river or lake or something. I don't know. I just find where I am right now isn't for me. And I'm not like a super nature girly, but I do like to be surrounded by beautiful nature. It's really inspiring for me. It keeps me going. I love going on trail walks, and I just haven't been doing that here. And I think that's been contributing to how I've been feeling here. But it's not all negative because I need to customize my space here. That is a journey that we are going to. Oh my God, do you see Sunny? Such a cutie. I love him, my little baby. He's just sleeping on my clothing rack. What I was saying is I do want to curate my space a little bit more. I want to paint. I want to feel like inspired here, and I want to feel cozy here while we're in this home. And I also forgot that we were going to move from this house. We were going to pick a different home, but things have changed, and just lots of back and forth with me feeling like we weren't going to be in this home for like very long. Like I thought we were leaving like a month, but then it turned into a few months, and then now it's like, okay, we're not moving now. So there's just been a lot going on in my mind and a lot of pivoting I've been having to do. I identified that there's so much pivoting I've had to do, and it's been hard for me to adjust to all of that. It is getting a little bit easier. So anyway, with that, we are going to be doing some low stakes renovating, I'm calling it. We want to put in a water heater, like I've said a million times, just so we have hot water longer. I want to paint my office. What else do I want to do? I just want to do some little tweaks here and there, and I need to rearrange my space. I am thinking about moving my office into our bedroom, which is across the hall, and making this our bedroom, only because if you look at the lighting in here, I mean, you may not be able to tell, but there's so many shadows, and I don't get direct sunlight this way. We do get way more indirect sunlight from the bedroom, so we're thinking about switching it because of the lighting. But also, that's another thing, it's been so hard to garden here because our front yard, where we have the most room to have plants, we don't get any direct light there, so things have to survive in shade all day. And then the back of our house, it does get direct sunlight, but only at certain hours of the day, because all we have in the back of our house is a garage. So it kind of like dampened my shine, I guess you would say, dulled my sparkle on gardening, just because it's hard for me to keep things alive in this house, and just in general because I'm still learning about gardening and everything it takes to keep a plant alive. But a little bit disheartening. I am recovering though. I'm getting back into it. I will give you guys a plant update soon. I did kill the tomato plants that I was trying to grow in the tray, but that's neither here nor there. Also, I've been talking about the Manasi pots for a while, the Manasi 7 all over color pots. I love them. However, I'm starting to get really frustrated by the packaging because they all literally look the same, and I have like 20 of them, so I have to look through each and every single one of them to find the name of the one I want. It felt like it took me forever to find Manchetti, which is a bronzer shade for me. I'm just gonna use my foundation brush. We're just gonna do a one brush face look today. So yeah, I've just kind of been all over the place in terms of what we're actually doing, and like I started packing and then I had to unpack some stuff, so it's just we're just all over the place over here. The kicker of it all is I don't really know where I want to be, you know? Like I don't know what state I want to live in. I don't know what city would be good for me. If you have any ideas of a city that is kind of a straight shot to the coast, I mean, ideally I would live like at least 10 minutes from the beach, but that is probably not gonna happen for a while. So I want something that I can get to the beach, I can get to like the mountains and hiking, but I'm also near like a major city because I need to do my shopping and I need craft coffee in my life, you know me. And Orlando obviously offers all of that minus the natural landscape. So if you know of anything, let me know. I have no idea where we're gonna go. I'm just feeling a tiny bit lost in life right now, if I'm being honest. I mean, everything's fine, everything's good. Well, my hair is getting funky already. Oh my gosh, the humidity is starting. I'd like to live somewhere with less humidity because this is insane. So yeah, I've just been feeling lost, and I mean, this feeling has been very familiar to me throughout life, not really knowing what I'm doing, where I'm going, how I'm gonna get there, but just knowing I want things to be different. So I'm working on gratitude with where I'm at because life has changed for the better in so many different ways, but there is some things that I want to change. And so I'm working on that, which will lead me into the next topic of, I don't want to make it a big grand thing like a health journey, but I am focusing more on my physical health. If you saw my post on my community tabs, I just fell down my stairs recently and sprained my ankle. I'm doing fine, everything's okay. It is not as bad as a knee injury, but it's on the same leg. It's so frustrating. And it was literally, the crazy thing is, it was a year ago this month that I hurt my knee, and then I hurt my ankle this month. So I'm like, why? I was literally just going down the stairs, and I've never fallen down the stairs in this house, but Nick has like 3-4 different times, and it's been like loud. Like it sounds like he's fallen down the entire staircase. It's been like really intense and scary. But then me, I've like haven't fallen down. So I thought I was invincible, but I was wearing the Gxve shoes, I think they're called, and my foot slipped in them. They're basically a no tie sneaker, so you can just put your foot right in it and then get up and go. But my foot slipped in them, I think because they didn't have enough like internal support. Anyway, I fell on the stairs, my butt hit it, my ankle hit it, and my butt is still bruised. I mean, this only happened a couple days ago. It's gonna take a minute. And you know what? Okay, another thing, another funny thing is that I had just done the most laps I have done in over a year because of the knee injury around the little lake where I love to exercise or just love to walk around. The morning I fell down the stairs, I had done the most laps I have done in a very, very long time. So I was feeling great. I was feeling pumped. Then of course hurt my ankle. I know I'm gonna get right back into it, so it's not a problem. It's just funny how life works, isn't it? Now, what color do we want to do for blush? I have all of these color pots, and I really want to do a video where I swatch them all, and kind of for myself because I want to be reminded of how each and every one looks on my cheeks. Today we're gonna use Versato. I don't really know how to pronounce that. It looks kind of like a bright coral, which isn't normally my color. I'm afraid. I'm chickening out. I don't want to do that color. I want to do something lighter. You know, I wanted to try a color called Bisque. Just give me a minute. Found it. This one online looked a lot more muted than it is in person. I definitely need to do some sort of swatching video. That way I just have a reference for myself, and if it helps somebody else, amazing. We'd love to hear it. But yeah, I've just been all over the place with my hobbies, with what's going on, what I'm gonna do, where I'm gonna go. I feel like that's a lot of us in life, but we also need to be happy about where we are now. I'm gonna be here for like 2 more years, right? So I need to at least make the most of it, because I know the second I leave here, there's gonna be things I miss, because there's things I miss about Jacksonville already. We were closer to the beach than we are here. There was so many amazing restaurants. I liked having a community to be a part of, like when I was in school. I've just been kind of missing that here. That's a pretty color. I wonder if it would look good on my lips. Oh, that's really pretty. I think I need to zoom y'all in. You've probably noticed already, but I've been having an even deeper shift into curating the items that come into my space. So for beauty, I've been really looking into more sustainable brands, more eco-friendly brands, ones that do have more skincare-like ingredients, to be honest. I feel like it does matter with my skin what makeup I'm choosing to use, because it also matters what you decide to put in your body, right? Like I feel better when I try to add more fiber into my diet. I'm adding this product from Westman Atelier just to give myself a little bit more shine. I think it'll look really pretty with this blush. I have like a couple different mirrors, so if I'm looking at all different areas, I am sorry. Glowy, love it. So as you know, like with my clothes, I've been trying to buy less pieces. I've said this a million times. I'm really trying to do that with my beauty products too, as you've seen with my empties. And actually I have a really juicy empties coming up. I am shocked by how juicy they keep on being this year. Like I thought it would have fizzled out by now, but we're still trucking through the products. Now I really do need to get through my makeup, but that's a challenge for another year. That is not a 2024 Melissa problem. I'm gonna use the Manasi bronzer to define my little eye sockets. I did get eyeshadows from Fit Glow. Oh my gosh, I keep dropping everything. But I did get some eyeshadows from Fit Glow. I've been using this one, as you can see, the highlighter. These two colors probably look the same, but one is matte and one is shimmery. They're both useful for different reasons. I'm just gonna set my lid with the matte shade to hopefully not get any creasing, but if it happens, it happens. Oh my god, I don't know if you guys noticed, but in one of my last videos, I had this beautiful shiny lip gloss on, and by the end, it was all globbed up on my lips. It looked so bad. I had to cut out some footage at the end because, oh my gosh, it was killing me inside. I hope none of y'all noticed it. It was so bad though. It did that thing where it bunched up on the inside of my lips, and ugh, I just hate the look of that. What I'm doing is mixing this light warm shade with this kind of taupey brown shade from Fit Glow, just to give me a more custom brown shade, something a little bit more neutral than what either of them alone provide. I'm not excited for the heat, but I am excited for the season. I'm excited to see my garden grow. I'm excited to go to farmers markets. I want to go to the beach more. We already went and saw the sunrise at the beach. It was beautiful, but you already saw that because it was in my vlog. It was so lovely. I miss doing that. It literally took us an hour to get to the beach. I'm not used to that still, even though I've been here for what, 10 years now? Oh my gosh. Has it been over 10 years that I've been here? I moved here when I was 18 and I'm 30 now. Oh my goodness, that math is scary. So yeah, I've been here long enough. My time in Florida is shrinking. I have to get out of here. I'm gonna try to put some of this creamy, beautifully sparkly shade on my lids. I think this is meant to be a highlighter, but I've been using it on my lids. I lost my foundation brush. I don't know where I set it down. Found it. The glow. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. All right, I have to stop myself or I'll keep going. Back to the eyes. So yeah, I feel like nothing's changed at all as far as updates, but then it feels like everything's changed because I don't want to be here. And so I'm doing things to not make my stay here permanent. I am gonna take a little bit of the Cheetah eyeshadow from Chantecaille. Ooh, the sparkly pretty shade, and just dab it over the sparkle we already laid down. Again, to prevent creasing, we're probably gonna have to go in with that brown and just define a little bit more. This is a classic Melissa look. Just a light eye, glowy cheek, and a skin tint. Not super intense. It's honestly hard to see because it's so dark in my room. I just realized everything in the frame is like so white. My dresser, my wall, my dress. Oh my goodness. It's okay though. We will paint, we will change rooms because our bedroom right now is still blue. When we moved in, we still haven't even painted it for ourselves yet. So it needs to get painted either way, whether I move into that room or not. It's giving very diffused cut crease. It is giving beautifully glowy, bronzy goddess. I think I am gonna define my upper lash line just a teeny tiny bit with a brown. It is very risky how I'm doing it right now. Let's get up a little closer. Eyes are done, looking beautiful and glowy. Now I need to put mascara on. We're just gonna go with the Gxve mascara. Oh, I forgot to do my nails. Oh well, life will continue on. But more updates. What have I wanted to talk about with y'all? There's so much that like, and then when I get in front of camera, it just all leaves my brain. I forget everything I've wanted to say. But I am looking for my brow gel. I think what I really need to do for one of my next videos is a clean with me. Like, let's clean my room, my office. Let's clean off my kitchen table that I've been avoiding for a few months now. I need to clean off my patio, my balcony. We already cleaned my patio. I've been trying to do one like house project a week and I was going really good for a month or so, and now I'm like, I don't want to do anything. And by house project, not like a reno, just like something that needs to get clean or done, or you know, just life stuff. But going back to the whole beauty thing I was talking about before, I've been leaning away from kind of like mainstream sort of Sephora beauty and trying more small brands. I'm trying this one Canadian company soon called Hot Cosmetics or Haute Cosmetics. They make everything with food grade ingredients basically. It's a really cool concept. I'm interested to see how it works for me. And they use the demi method for makeup, so it's kind of just targeting discoloration in certain spots instead of just putting color all over your face. I still have makeup, but I'm probably still gonna do it this exact way. But we'll see if I get any new techniques from Haute Cosmetics or if I like any of their products. This low buy I've been struggling with. I didn't realize how much I went to go shop before. Like, there was a lot of shopping going on. So now that I'm not shopping as much, I've been having to find new hobbies. All right, I'm kind of digging where we're at with the makeup. It's super basic, but pretty, the way I like it. It kind of matches my dress. It's a super flowy, deep V-neck. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here with the makeup. It is looking beautiful. Let me consult my list. What have I not told y'all? My sourdough journey, been there. House updates, decorations, reno updates. Yeah, we've already been there. I'm gonna be doing little things, but still wanna move. Spring is here, which means farmers markets. Continue gardening. Slowly curate spring fashion. I guess I wanted to tell you that. Address makeup changes, more eco beauty. So much, oh yeah. So glad I wrote off this little list. I have been noticing there is so much plastic in regular beauty products, which again, I never want to fearmonger, but as somebody who has PCOS and has learned that plastics can be an endocrine disruptor, which I already have a hormone problem, I don't need more. I'm kind of trying to steer more towards plastic-free formulas, and that doesn't necessarily mean the packaging, like the formula itself. Let me see if I can give you an example. Like dimethicone in blushes, that's a plastic. So I'm like, ugh, which I'm not gonna get rid of everything that has plastic in it that I owned. I did do a declutter, which you just saw, and got rid of some products, but I'm still gonna be using some that I know have plastic in them, but you know, there's only so much you can do. But as long as my base products, like my skincare, doesn't have plastic in it, that's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, and I was wondering, what brands do you want me to try and review? I'm obviously not going to be trying as many brands as I did before with how much comes out these days, but I do have some Phytosurgent, which is more of an indie brand. I have Manasi 7, which is like that luxury eco beauty brand. brand. And I have the Haute Cosmetics coming, which is a relatively obscure beauty brand, but it does have a little following. So let me know if there's any brands that you know of that you think I would like that kind of have skincare quality ingredients. I do like the more like niche and smaller owned businesses. I just think they're more personal, they're more unique, they have a lot to offer. And that's kind of like leading into the overall shift I'm noticing in myself. Like when I turned 30, I just felt it. It's just a different feeling for me. I'm less interested in like pop culture things, what's going on. Obviously, there's a lot going on, so you kind of need to be aware, but just, I don't know. My focus in life has definitely changed. I'm way more into curating my space, like I've said, and the things around me and the people around me and my environment, what I want to be around and actually get what I want out of life. And I'm less worried about trying to keep up with everybody, keeping up with the trends, even though I do love looking at trends in fashion just for fun. I'm not interested in keeping up with them in my everyday style. I am gonna still do fashion content. I was thinking about doing a Lucinda spotlight video. Let me know if you're interested in that for all the pieces that I own from Lucinda, just because I believe in that company so much and I'm hoping they continue to do as well as they're doing. They're a slow fashion brand, so they don't come out with as many releases as a typical clothing brand would, but I find them very interesting. All their styles, there's just a unique twist to them. There's something different about each and everything that they put out, which I love. It's that whole concept of elevated basics, which clearly I'm very into elevated basics. Gotta check the lips, make sure nothing is forming. A little bit is forming. Oh no. All right, that kind of changed the tone a little bit. Little kissy marks. You know what will be sad though? When I inevitably have to leave Lineage, because Lineage doesn't exist everywhere and I love them so unbelievably much. I've never had a bad coffee from them ever in my entire life. I wish everybody could have a Lineage near them. They're so good. Clearly, because it's in like every video. I don't have Lineage today. But all right, let's stay on task. Let's go over my last topic I wanted to discuss, which I wrote way too much. I brain dumped onto this page, and so now it's all out of my head and I'm forgetting what I even want to talk about. Oh yeah, we did mention that. The overall shift in my personality as far as interests, I can feel like I'm in my 30s. A shift where I honestly care very little about pop culture and I'm way into intentional mindful living. It's kind of funny reading you what I wrote. Looking for lifestyle products from craftsmen and women in the USA or Italy or France, Spain. I'm looking for a bread baking pan and I want to find an apron. So if you have any recs, send my way. Yeah. I'm turning into like a colonial woman, but I do want to find an apron for all the baking that I do because I have dogs, and if I'm not very careful about petting them before I bake, like I just need an apron so no dog hair gets in what I'm cooking, because that is like the worst. I don't ever want to serve somebody anything that has any dog hair in it. That is like my worst nightmare. During Christmas, they're like vetoed from the kitchen. They're not allowed in there, so it doesn't get over all my Christmas cooking. But yes, please catch up with me. Tell me in the comments how you've been doing. I'm super interested. But with everything going abroad, I found that I really want to be grateful for and appreciate the little things in life more than ever, because those are the things that truly matter. And I think it's so easy to get caught up in how far you want to go, where you want to go, what's not happening for you, what you want to be different. It's easier to think about those things than it is to just be grateful for everything you have and where you are in life. So that's the kind of shift that's happening with me, just trying to be super happy with where I'm at, even though I do want change and I want to feel strong, I want to feel healthy, I want to feel like my space is cozy and perfect for me. Well, I shouldn't say perfect, just curated for me, even with knowing that I'm not going to be here forever. And that's kind of the approach that I'm taking now to life, is making things as great as I can for me and all those around me, but knowing that change is going to happen and it's inevitable and it's okay. Sometimes change is great, so it's not always negative changes. I am getting my hair done in a couple days though. You can kind of see all of that grow out now that the toner has rinsed out. You can see that like line of demarcation. I think I'm just gonna do some baby lights and kind of keep my hair color. I honestly have never given my hair color enough love. I've always just wanted different hair. And now that I'm seeing it more, now that I've been coloring it less, I've been enjoying it more. I am gonna put a tiny bit of baby lights in and brighten up my money piece because that is my favorite thing, but I'm overall gonna keep my hair color the way it is. And I'm gonna brighten up the ends though. They really need a tone. They need a good, cool toned brightener on them. Sunny has literally been sleeping through this whole thing, which is a miracle. Oh my gosh. I forgot I wrote this, and it's kind of cute, and I kind of feel sad for the headspace I was in, but it says, I feel like I have one foot in this house and the other foot reaching out trying to figure out where to land. I'm in a season of uncertainty. It's kind of sad when I think about the headspace I was in when I was writing this get ready with me kind of outline. That is truly how I feel though. Like I have one foot in this home, but I still need to make sure this foot is planted firmly in the ground or I will trip. But alas, besties, it is time for me to go. This video didn't really turn out how I wanted it to turn out, but that's okay. I'm gonna post it anyway. And hopefully the next one will be more in line with my vision. But I love you all. I hope you give yourself a little extra love today, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye. I love you.